All right, Scott. So just tell us a little bit about, how you felt before the procedure and after.
Um, I feel 100 times better. I'd say um, my tongue naturally goes to spot where I never even could really do that before. The biggest thing actually I noticed was like my joints, and not what kind of like where I expected them. I expected only to be maybe more relaxed in my shoulders, but the following 2 days, my hips really hurt in a good way. I felt like I was able to stand up straight and actually like my weight in my heels where I never really could because I always felt like there was always like a tether at the from my hip to the front of my shoulder, like a hook that like forced me to be hunched over. And one after the procedure that entirely went away, so like I could stand up straight with my shoulders rolled back, and there wasn't like this pull to bring them back forward like I'm on a keyboard or something. So overall, like everything just feels better. I wonder if this is how normal people feel. It's kind of how I'm like, and I just never knew, because a lot of like things that require balance I could never really do because I was always pushing forward to like my pelvis was always kind of tilted. I was always kind of pushed onto my toes. I had really tight hamstrings as a result. All that stuff seems to have gone away. It's really crazy. Yeah, because I was my tongue was like clogging up my airway to some degree. I do a lot of like high intensity workouts, and I've always struggled at any cardio. It's a bit of it. I'm pretty decent at weightlifting, but the moment we have to run, I'm the last in line, and I always thought it was just because I just didn't do it. I didn't like it, and then after my procedure, I still struggle with my heart rate would go up, but prior to the procedure, like I couldn't bring it down because I couldn't catch my breath enough to bring it. And I've already noticed, even though my cardio is still bad, Sunday was like 4 or 5 days after my procedure was the first time I worked out, and the moment I stopped and took a couple breaths, I could tell like my heart rate was able to drop back down. I've never where I was just always like struggling, like I was like at high altitude, where I just can never like get back to a decent heart rate. Um, so I didn't expect that at all. That was just like a side effect. I was like, whoa, it's kind of weird. So that was the one. Sleeping is better as well. Nothing like I didn't have sleep apnea prior, but I was always a side and back sleeper, or a side and stomach sleeper. And now because I can sleep actually with my mouth closed without tape, I sleep perfectly fine on my back for the first time ever. So it's super cool.
Yeah.
But at first I was kind of skeptical. I felt like, oh man, I this is like a thing I have to do, and this is like this whole system I'm going to be sucked into. Where reality is, I wouldn't know what to do without the therapy. Like I had to have all the exercises, and I did slack off on certain ones, and I now really regret it because there's certain ones where like put a rubber band on your tip of your tongue, you hold it to a certain spot right behind your teeth, because that's supposed to help you know where everything is. I did not really do that as much. So now that I can actually naturally reach that area, I don't actually know if I'm crooked or not. I have no idea. So it's definitely needed. Being able to hold a suction hold. I had a huge gag reflex prior as I was doing the therapy. I noticed that it started to go away, and then now after the surgery, I don't seem to have any. So like before when I brushed my tongue at all, I'd be gagging multiple times, and my eyes would water, and then they get red, and so I'd always have to plan when I brush my teeth prior to going somewhere. But now I don't ever notice that gag reflex at all.
Thank you so much.